Good morning, Wooden. It's Mrs. Floyd, your school social worker. So, today I want to talk about something that everybody on the planet experiences at different moments and different times, different situations. So, I think it's something that we all can kind of relate to, and that is anxiety. Did you know that the most calm, the most confident person experiences anxiety as well? And so, if you think about different moments, such as does your heart race right before a test? Or does your stomach drop when you feel like something has gone wrong? Or do you worry about something nonstop? Well, if so, then this video is for you. And we're going to talk about anxiety, what it is, how to recognize it, and what are some great coping skills or boss moves that you can make to manage anxiety. So, what exactly is anxiety? Anxiety is our brain's alarm system that lets us know that we might be in danger. So, our brain signals danger, danger, danger. So, if we think about if we were on a hike out in the woods and when we ran into a bear, our brain would go danger, danger, danger. And then our body would react to that signal that our brain is giving us. Our body would react by increased heart rate. Um, our breathing becomes much faster and more fast paced. Our muscles start to tense up, and that's where fight, flight, or freeze comes in. So our body reacts to that signal that our brain gives us. And for some of us, when we feel like we're in danger or we're feeling like we're not in a good space, we want to fight. Other people, we want to run, get away from it as fast as we can. And other people just get so overwhelmed and paralyzed, they freeze in those situations. So that fight, flight, or freeze comes in with strong emotions such as anxiety. So sometimes our brain, though, sends us that alert, that warning sign that there's danger when there really isn't any danger around. And that can be really frustrating. We can feel anxious for absolutely no reason. And so it's really important for us to kind of check the facts. Is there a situation that happened that is making me anxious? If so, what is it? Am I thinking about things that are creating the anxiety? Am I expecting something not so great to happen? All of that plays into anxiety. So sometimes our brain sends us those false warning signs. For example, giving a presentation in class, you might feel anxious, but there is no danger in that situation. I know some of you would probably disagree with that, but there is no danger in that situation. Also, if you're worried about, something that happened yesterday, or you're worrying about something that's going to happen a week from now, a month from now, there's no danger in those because they've already happened or they haven't happened yet. So those are some examples, but that is anxiety. So how does anxiety show up? Anxiety shows up in our physical body. Our physical body gives us signs and signals that we're feeling some kind of strong emotion or we're starting to feel dysregulated. So, some of these may be things that you've experienced, and some of them may be things you haven't, but there's bound to be something in this list that you relate to. One, just like what we talked about earlier, a quick, fast heartbeat, our heart is racing, or tightness in our chest where we feel like it's hard to get a breath. Um, Another would be sweating. We sweat a lot more. Our hands get sweaty, this cold sweat or hot sweat. Um, we might overthink something or a situation. So we're thinking about it over and over and over again. Some people, when they're anxious, they feel really irritated. So they might be kind of snippy, like just really short with you in their conversation. And I also think when we're anxious, kind of knee jerk reaction is to try and avoid the thing that we're anxious about. So, avoiding people, places, or situations that make us uncomfortable or make us feel anxious are all signs of anxiety. Anxiety affects how we feel, obviously. It also affects how we think. It affects how we think about ourselves. It affects how we think about a situation and our capabilities. It also affects our body and how our bodies work, just like what we just went through. But there's some really important things that you have to understand. Feeling anxious is actually very, very normal. We all have the capability of feeling this emotion. And so it is a normal feeling to have. But we don't want our feelings to be in control or to be in charge. We need to be in control and in charge of our emotions. And so there's lots of things that we can do to manage our anxiety. So we know anxiety becomes a problem when it interferes in our ability to just live life. So if you are so anxious that it's hard to come to school, you avoid certain classes, you avoid certain groups of people, and you just genuinely don't feel good because you're so nervous and anxious, that's when you know that we need some great coping skills. So, what can we do to manage our anxiety, or what are some boss moves that we can make to manage that anxiety? So, that's the positive. Anxiety is manageable. The very first skill that I'm going to encourage you to use is called square breathing. And this is great to slow down our breathing and regulate our breathing a little bit better when we're anxious. So it's simply a slow, deep breath in for the count of 4 seconds, holding it for 4 seconds, slowly letting it out for 4 seconds, and resting for 4 seconds. And we want to do that 4 times. Slow breath in for 4, hold for 4, out for 4, and rest for 4. And I'm suggesting all these coping skills that you practice them every single day. Why? Even when you're not anxious. And why would someone do that? One, to become a pro at these skills. Second, to remember these skills. And third, to be able to actually use them when we are in distress. So, square breathing is number one. The second is what I call grounding. Like we said a few minutes ago, anxiety takes us to the past or way ahead in the future. And so we need to be in the present moment. Some ways to do that: using our five senses. So, in the room that you're in, name 5 things that you can see, or 5 things that are blue. Number 4, 4 things you can touch: the desk, your pants, your shirt, your pencil, and describe those things, the texture. How do they feel? If someone has never seen a desk before or touched a desk before, how would you describe it to them? Same with a pencil or a piece of paper, or the fabric on your jeans or whatever. Three things you can hear. What are 3 noises you can hear in the room that you're in? 2 things that you can smell, and 1 thing that you can taste. So in some situations, you're only going to do 4 of the 5 senses because you may not have food or anything, or a mint or something, but 5 senses, and using those to ground yourself. One of the other things is to move your body, go for a walk, shoot hoops, just move. It helps us move that anxiety out of our body. Now, You cannot do that in class because you need to follow what the teacher is asking you to do. But if you are having a hard time with anxiety, you can always reach out to me, Mrs. Mertz, Miss O'Neill, or any other staff member in the building, and we will help you. We'll come take you for a walk or whatever. Um, the last thing is to talk it out. Talk out your anxiety with somebody that you trust, a friend. Go to a trusted adult. Come to me. That's what I'm here for. And I want to be able to hear and listen and support you. So if you're having a hard time with anxiety, reach out to someone, find somebody you trust, and talk it out. And we're going to get into one of the last ones called Change Your Self Talk. And we're going to talk about that in a future video of how to challenge those negative thoughts about yourself that might kind of create anxiety at times for you. So, to close all of this up, anxiety is a part of being human. All of us have anxiety in different moments. Everyone feels it, no matter how confident they are. It doesn't mean that you're weak. It doesn't mean that you're broken. It just means you're human and you're just dealing with something really kind of hard in that moment. So, with practice, tools, and support, you can manage your anxiety. And I just want you to remember you're not alone. There are people here that want to help and support you. So reach out to us if you need to. If you need more strategies, come and find me. I can talk to you about that. But that's all I have. I want you guys to talk in class, if there's time, about how do you handle anxiety? What is a healthy coping skill you have found that helps you sometimes? Um, the other thing that I want to say as well is don't forget to check out my Google Classroom every day throughout the week. There's different opportunities to win prizes. I have some really great candy and things like that that you can win. So you want to check my Google Classroom every day. I try to post sometime during success or first period. So get on there and check it out. I hope you guys have a great day. Bye.